It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Jeff, the business owner of Sports Venting, INC. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you, Brandon?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you got started being a sports business owner?
Sure. I was in medical sales, and one day I was sleeping, and I thought of the term sports venting, and I woke up and I bought the domain name that day. What we want to do here is create an app that is a microblog, kind of like a Twitter, but obviously to vent about sports. It is a concept where it's, besides Twitter, there's not really places to go to vent about sports, just for sports. And the unique feature we have on our app is when you sign up, you pick the teams you love, but you also pick the teams you hate. And that goes on your that goes on your profile for everybody to see. So if I looked at your profile, I would see all the teams that you picked that you love and all the teams that you picked that you hate. And then we have an algorithm that will connect like-minded fans or fans that have the opposite view. Like, say, let's say you love the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the Dallas Cowboys. That algorithm will connect us by suggesting that I friend you.
That's a wonderful idea. How did you come up with that concept?
How did I come up with it? Again, I was just I was kind of struggling in this sales job I had, and my wife said to me, "Why don't you do something that you're passionate about?" And I thought of this term, sports venting, in the middle of the night. I texted myself, and I bought the domain name the next day. And it's going to the app was originally out on the Android store for Android phones on the Google Play Store, but we took it down for maintenance, and now we're building a better Android app and one for iPhone, for an iOS app in the App Store. So we're going to have it two apps, one on each platform.
What does your business offer?
Well, the app is going to offer the chance, obviously, to vent about your sports teams. We have our logo. Our motto is "Blow off some steam about your team." That's our logo. That's part of the logo. If you go on to sportsventing.com, you'll see the logo and what it's about. So you'll be able to vent about sports, connect with other like-minded sports fans or fans that share the opposite views of you. And also you'll be able to buy sports apparel on there. We plan on setting up with a betting company. So you'll be able to bet on the app as well. Again, purchase merchandise, but the basic concept of it is for you to go on and vent about the teams you love and hate.
Can you talk about how y'all will monitor the people that will be venting? Like, for example, like, are you going to be monitoring, like, if somebody cusses, like, or like if somebody like says like, oh, this team is like basically no good,
Yeah, that's a great question. So I've thought long and hard about that. And I believe that unless there's a threat on someone's life, there's no reason to monitor cursing because, people can get a little angry when venting about their teams. And if they curse, not everybody's going to get reported. It's obviously frowned upon to curse, but am I going to be able to monitor every single person that uses, a curse word? There's no way I'll be able to do that. So I think this is going to be a self-policing app.
Can you talk about, are there going to be some words, of course, that like is like a note, is like a like red flag, like you'll put in your algorithm that like if this word pops up, that's a red flag, you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the F word, maybe, but I mean, so many times in sports when you're upset, whether you're a player or a fan, you just let something out. You let something slip. You see it on TV all the time with athletes, and the same goes with fans. I mean, when I go to Philadelphia Eagle games, I hear cursing all the time in the stands. It's just people get upset and they use those words.
Do you have any players that are already endorsing sports venting?
Yes, a good question. So we are working on that. We want to get a high-level ambassador. We're called a brand ambassador, where we will either pay them or maybe we'll pay them plus they'll get some equity in the company. But right now we're going to be targeting, like right now I'm thinking about targeting Shaquille O'Neal or a Tom Brady, but they're really high level athletes that will cost a lot of money. So maybe we'll have to get maybe a second tier athlete to be the ambassador at first until we get more money and more revenue. But we want to target high level athletes. We don't want to target, the 12th man on the Dallas Mavericks. So that's what we're looking for.
Is some of the people that you're targeting right now, for example, like the Pittsburgh Steelers, my team, Jalen Samuels, the running back?
Yeah, no, that's not somebody we would target. That's somebody that's not known by a lot of people. The person we want to target, Brandon, is somebody that has at least 1 million followers on either Instagram or Twitter. We want somebody that packs a big punch.
Can you talk about how somebody could be an ambassador for sports venting?
They would have in the concept. Obviously, they would want some kind of some payment, some kind of return for their time, and we would again pay them either through equity or an upfront payment.
What are some of your future plans for sports venting?
So we have, again, we want to be, I think the number one league we want to partner with is the NFL, because that's the monster, that's the king of the world in the sports world. Also, we're thinking about partnering with some soccer teams, possibly in England, part of the English Premier League. They have fans that are nuts and wild and crazy about their teams. The English Premier League is a very, very huge sports league in this world. So we want to target that as well. So that's some of our plans to be a partner with the NFL, possibly the English Premier League, and other leagues as well. Hopefully, possibly the NBA, of course, is a big league, MLB, and also NHL. We want to concentrate on the 4 major pro sports leagues in America, plus college football and college basketball. Those are the 6.
Can you talk about, I know that you just said you wanted to partner with college football and college basketball. Can you talk about how difficult that might be due to, like, there'll be a lot of, like, teams in the college football and college basketball?
Yeah. So part of what happened, what we did when we built our app was we put down, there's over 330 Division I NCAA basketball teams. Well, we have a list of every single one of them in our first Android app, where you can select that team as your favorite. In football, in college football, there's over 120 Division I football teams. So you'll see a list of every single one of them when you're choosing the teams you love and hate. So together, Brandon, with the college basketball and college football, you're looking at 450 teams that will be listed, 330 plus college basketball and 120 college football teams, and they'll all be on that list.
Can you talk about, I know that like some teams, like for example, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys, they're like big rivalries maybe,
Yep.
Or even like the Ravens. And how do you go about figuring out who are the big rivalries to like kind of have a like fun argument?
Well, that'll be part of somebody's profile. So if you are a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you're obviously going to put the Baltimore Ravens as a team you hate. You'll also put the Cleveland Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals. If you are, let's say, an Alabama football fan, obviously your number one rival and the most hated team is Auburn. So Auburn will be on your hated teams list, along with LSU and a lot of other SEC teams. So it's going to be a lot of fun for when people originally go on the app and sign up. They're going to have a great time picking the teams they love and the teams they hate. And again, that'll be seen by everybody that sees your profile. They'll see the teams you love and hate.
What advice would you give upcoming future sports business owners looking to start their own business?
The number one thing is to believe in your idea. I believe in my idea strongly. We need an investor to believe in it to get us off the ground. But the number one thing, Brandon, is to believe in your concept, believe in your idea.
Thank you again, Jeff, for your interview, and best of luck in your sports business, Sports Venting.
Thank you so much, Brandon. Take care.
Where can my listeners find you at on social media along with?
Sure. So on Twitter, it's @SportsVenting. On Facebook, we have a Facebook page, Sports Venting Inc. And on Instagram, we also have an Instagram page @SportsVenting, and we're also on LinkedIn. So we're on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Just Google Sports Venting.
Thank you again, Jeff, for your interview, and best of luck in Sports Venting.
Thank you very much. Take care.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at @talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Jeff, for your interview, and best of luck.
Take care.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.